Good morning, evening, or afternoon. My name is JJ, and I'm here today to present to you my pitch for an asset pack I am creating for my game idea, Project TORU Recall Ready. Before we start, I'd like to give a quick summary of my game idea to put everything else into perspective. Project TORU Recall Ready, or PTRR, is an action-adventure wave shooter where you pilot a battle sphere tasked with destroying a warehouse that is manufacturing a robot army. Think of it like a PvE mech shooter with super monkey ball movement and features similar to games like Titanfall and Crossout. In this pitch, I'll be going over 8 main topics: the product, market research, narrative, mood boards, concept art, constraints and considerations, hardware and software, and finally deadlines. To start, let's go over what exactly I'll be making. My game is a 3D level based shooter with different environments and enemies. So to showcase this, I'll be creating an asset pack featuring the player's mech TORU, weapons that can be unlocked and upgraded with different abilities, and enemy turrets that can be found in different levels, showcasing the level scaling within enemy units. When it comes to minimal viable product, I hope to have by the end of the project is one TORU model fully textured, along with two alt color palettes, 3 different TORU weapons all textured with matching palette swaps, and finally 3 Talon turrets all fully textured. For stretch goals, I would want to create an extra design for TORU altogether, and 2 or more alt palette swaps. Alongside that, 3 more TORU weapons and Talon turrets to showcase more variety. Market research was simple, as I already had my game idea fully fleshed out. I did research into the Steam tags action and adventure. When looking at action games, all but Dota 2 have heavy reliance on firearms, so I decided to do some sort of shooter and decided with wave shooter. Aside from that, all of these games are highly popular and all having major sales since they've come out. When looking at adventure, the majority of the games being GTA, Valheim, and Rust all have 3D art styles. Terraria and Loop Hero are 2D pixel sprites, and Ghost Valley Yarborough is in a 2D water brush style. This makes 3D the most popular out of all choices. I went with 3D based on this information, and I personally believe it fits with wave shooters much better. Right now, my world has an in-depth lore, so I've written this short transcript to summarize everything. 50 years ago, an AI weapons and automation company known as Kai developed an AI known as Project Talon, capable of processing large amounts of data in nanoseconds, allowing it to essentially learn and adapt at incredible speeds, to be used in a new search and rescue drone. The team behind it underestimated its growth, and it soon gained consciousness and started displaying signs of aggression towards its creators, accessing confidential files and even trying to hack into a government site. A company meeting was called, and it was decided Project Talon was too dangerous to be kept active due to its capabilities. They shut it down, but the AI was able to reboot itself. 50 years later, the AI has resurfaced under the alias Talon. In an attempt to stop the city being destroyed, Pillowwood Inc., a subsidiary of Kai, has tasked you with piloting a new battle orb mech known as TORU with an AI system allowing limited function over itself when in autopilot, destroying the manufacturing base and destroying Talon once and for all. Going over more mood boards, I took small sections from my main 4 mood boards to highlight the main ideas for my asset pack. First was the overall art style, with the keywords being cell shading, outlined, flat color, neon, and low poly. I'm trying to achieve an art style similar to an unreleased Steam game called Carson created by Danny. Next was for the environment. This was more to give me an idea of how mechanical I wanted things to feel. All of these are factories, which is the main setting of the game. When it came to enemy units, I wanted there to be a more industrial yet evil feel. So a lot of the art comes from games like Overwatch, which have enemy robots. For the main TORU, I wanted a sort of hamster ball style mech, similar to that of the RDV from GeForce, or the Hammond and Wrecking Ball from Overwatch. Here is some simple low poly design for potential weapons that could be used on the player's mech to give you an idea of the art style and how they would fit. Alongside that, I have some simple concepts for the turrets, each with their own color schemes that would fit that of their corporations. Going over constraints and considerations, I need to consider a few key factors, such as how long my idea generation and concept creation will take, how long the project will run for, what hardware and software is needed, and whether or not I have enough time to finish all the designs. Looking at legal concerns, people have stated my narrative resembles that of Agent Ultron, and a lot of my early concepts of TORU have been said to resemble Hammond/Wrecking Ball from Overwatch, or the drones from Oblivion. On the ethical side, the whole topic of the government and military secretly stealing and weaponizing the talent AI is a key plot point that will need to be addressed due to the betrayal of the American government and military. It doesn't affect my asset pack generation, but it's good to understand these potential issues. The hardware I'll be using is pretty simple. A powerful computer capable of 3D modeling, texturing and rendering, an ultra-wide or dual monitors to increase productivity, a drawing or graphic tablet to help with concept art, and an external hard drive or cloud storage to keep my work safe and organized. On the software side of things, I'll be using Maya for 3D modeling, Quixel Mixer and Photoshop for texturing, Illustrator to help with logos and other small details, and Sketchfab to upload and display my models. My deadlines are covered in an 8-week time frame. Week 1, 2, and 3 are focusing on idea generation and concepting. By the end of week 3, I hope to have concepts and simple model bases, making the next couple of weeks run much smoother. Week 4 through to 7 will be me focusing on modeling and texturing, using the first 2 weeks for the first asset pack and the second 2 weeks for the second pack. The final week will be finishing any leftover work, stretch goals, and documentation. Thank you for listening to my pitch, and I hope you'll consider me for the future. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.